Business owners get into business because they are passionate about the industry, but often they find they need to become a leader too. If this is you, then this video can help you start thinking about the skills you need to be successful in this role. Here we'll cover off the following. Number 1, how to lead with a growth mindset. 2, motivation and skill wheel matrix. 3, how to coach and motivate staff. And 4, prioritising and protecting your time. Growth mindset is an individual's belief that they can learn and grow and can improve their capability through purposeful effort. It combines self-awareness, the belief that in spending time to understand yourself, so you can be the best you can be to others. Challenging yourself, the belief that you can continuously grow and reach your goals. And lastly, persistence and resistance, belief in overcoming setbacks and learning from failures. If you find that you don't naturally have a growth mindset, don't worry, it's like a muscle. You just need to spend time developing it. The key things to think about are learning to value your business journey, view challenges as opportunities, relentlessly seek feedback, create time for self-reflection. Whilst a growth mindset is the foundation of being a great leader, you'll need to take some people on the journey too. To do that, you'll need to motivate your staff and business team. Successful leaders have some key characteristics in common. If you can develop these, they will help you motivate and lead your team. Clearly explain the vision for the business. Define business goals and set clear direction. Spend time figuring out, writing down, and then verbalizing your goals to your team, not only advisors or management, but also the people you employ. It'll help them to feel connected to the purpose of the company. Appreciate the value of diversity. Having a diverse workforce and business team means that you'll get opinions that differ from your own. That diversity will help you to stress test ideas and solve problems differently. Your customers are generally a diverse bunch, so your team should be too. Get your employees involved. The more involved your staff are, the more valued they will feel. This has a massive impact on their motivation. Ensure staff have clearly defined roles and responsibilities. This can be a very clunky one if not nailed. If your team don't understand their roles, or they are not clearly defined, you will soon find tension rising between staff members. Acknowledge and recognise successes through praise. People are all built the same. We naturally notice the negative, the things that can harm us, so it takes effort to notice the positive and communicate it to your team. So make sure you compliment the things you notice and get into the habit of doing it often. The only watch out is to make sure it's genuine. Successful leaders take time to really understand their staff, understanding their backgrounds and motivations, and taking time to get to know them. This helps staff to feel valued and more secure in their roles. Create an environment where staff feel motivated to challenge themselves and to develop their capabilities. This can only be done if staff feel secure enough to fail as well as succeed. You can't stretch yourself if you think that failure will be met with reprimands or punishment. Also, reward employees for pushing their capabilities and taking on new challenges. Looking closer at motivation, I want to share with you Hertzberg's two-factor theory in motivation. He explained that there are factors in an employee's working environment that contribute to both dissatisfaction and motivation. These are typical hygiene factors such as working conditions, quality of supervision, salary, interpersonal relationships, and typical motivation factors such as recognition for achievement, responsibility, interest in the job, and personal growth. If handled well, the hygiene factors can help prevent dissatisfaction, which helps prevent staff from leaving. Similarly, if the motivation factors are done well, they will encourage motivation and ensure an engaged team. Another tool to look at is the skill-will matrix. Along the vertical axes, you can see desire or will. Across the horizontal axes is ability or skill. It's a practical leadership and coaching tool that will help leaders connect better with their team members. It helps leaders consider how they can adapt their own leadership style to different individuals to develop capability and motivate individuals for specific tasks. So how do I use the skill-will matrix? Think about your staff members individually and plot where they might sit on the scale. Let's use Helen for example. High in terms of motivation, but lower down the scale on ability. So she might be high will, low skill. If you plot all your staff and wider business team on the axes, you can then think about how best to interact with them as a leader. Consider the matrix in relation to an individual's whole role, as this may help you understand how to adapt your leadership style. Lastly, always consider mindset. If a staff's motivation and mindset is not resourceful, they may find it difficult to access the skills and knowledge required. You can see how the different types of leadership and different skill-will placements respond best to. If high will, low skill like Helen, you may need to use guide. So this means you provide training and guidance, coaching and feedback, but allow early mistakes and relax control with progress. If high skill, low will, you'll need to employ the excite approach. Identify the reasons for the low will, understand what will motivate them, encourage and reinforce positive behaviours, then feedback and monitor. The other two types of leadership here are direct, where you would identify motivations, set clear expectations and build skill through training, but provide consistent and timely feedback with close support by checking in regularly. Lastly, delegate. Even team members who have high will and skill need feedback and coaching. Give these regularly to give them a sense of achievement and recognition. Also develop stretch goals and tasks, broaden responsibilities, provide autonomy, don't micromanage. Once you've identified the management style you should be employing, think about how you can schedule regular one-on-ones with your direct staff, but also regular huddles with your teams. Huddles are short and to-the-point meetings that cover off specific topics. They can be a great way of covering off what everyone is doing and provide a pulse or a check-in on what's happening with the team. Lastly, establish personalised staff learning and development programs so people feel there is a growth opportunity in their roles. Now you need to think about some ways in which you can look after yourself. Key to this is prioritising or protecting your time. A really quick way to do this is this handy prioritisation quadrant. Across the horizontal axes is the level of urgency. Is it urgent or not? It's important to be honest here. Urgent tasks cause us to react immediately and move our focus from other more important tasks. These are usually associated with achieving someone else's goals. Down the vertical axes, important and not important. Important tasks lead us towards an overall vision and goals, whether these are business or personal. These key activities often require initiative, planning, and good management. Figure out the task you have in front of you and place it in the appropriate spot depending on urgency against its importance. If it sits in the quadrant of urgency, do it now. If it sits in the quadrant of quality, schedule a time to do it. If the quadrant of deception, delegate. Who can do it for you? And lastly, the best one, if it lands in the quadrant of waste, delete, minimize, or eliminate it. Make sure you have enough time for your own priorities as well as looking after your teams. but also time for your own mental health. A happy leader helps create a happy team. Don't underestimate how important leadership is. We hope this is valuable information to help you on this journey. Jump over to BizHub now for more business content.